sons and daughters of Supreme Father, my dear brothers and sisters, Namaskar. It is really a matter of pain and agony for the entire human being, for the universal human being, that thousands and thousands of life is lost. Millions are infected. Lot of casualties, economic problem, hunger, tension, anxiety all over the world because of a virus named COVID-19. The superpower country, intellectuals, the scientists, priests, different group people are failure to fight this pandemic. In this critical phase of humanity, number of questions arises in the mind about the existence of God, about the existence of superpower, but all questions are unsolved, unanswered, kept in the mind. My approach, my agony, my pain in the heart is that why don't we go to the root cause of the problem? Is it the problem which we are suffering today has come in one day or in one night? Not at all. Behind every action, behind every happenings, behind every incident in this world, there is some cause. Nothing happens without the cause. Mostly, we don't want to know. We, the human being, don't want to realize that the whatever is happening bad for the humanity, it is the consequences of bad acts, negative and destructive acts of human being. We should not forget even for a single moment that each and every action has got their equal and opposite reaction. Sometimes reaction may not be equal, maybe more than we do. Our ignorance, our greed, our lust causes all kind of destruction in this world. We are blaming the God. We are blaming the existence, even the cause of God. Even we challenge the superpower, existence of superpower. But when we are in trouble, then we all surrender to that superpower and blame superpower. Oh the Lord, what is the wrong I did? I did nothing wrong in this life. Why I am suffering? Why entire human being is blamed or punished? My appeal is that just try to see what we have done in 100 years, within the 100 years of human life. Since last 100 years, human being has destroyed almost 50% rainforest of the world. 50% within 100 years. Human being, just to satisfy their tongue, to meet their greed, every day we are killing more than 3 billion animals. Animals from the forest, animal in poultry, animals, pet animals, animals from the ocean, animals from the water. 3 billion animals we kill every day to fulfill our stomach, to meet the lust and the greed of our tongue. On the name of religion, millions of millions animals are killed. Every festivity, every festival of most of the religion, the animals are being targeted. Animals are slaughtered. Animals are killed, cruelly, brutally killed. In Nepal, every year there is a fair, religious fair. More than 200,000 animals are killed. Almost all religion, they have certain type of rituals where animals are tortured and killed. Why the religious rituals have targeted only the animals? Why? Why religious gurus are teachings that killing of animals are the directives, are the instructions and the command of the Lord? If we don't kill the animals, it means we do not satisfy the God. If it is the religion which talks about the peace and prosperity of the world, which talks about the elevation of human being, which talks about the development and prosperity of a human being. How a man who loves the God, who loves the Supreme, can kill an animal for their food? Why the religious gurus don't teach their disciple that you don't need to kill animals to love God, to satisfy God? God is not inhuman. God is not cruel. God is not monster. God is not demons that he will be greedy for the blood and the flesh of an animal. If this type of teachings and preaches are taught to the people, then this very phenomenon of religion stopped, and strong action has to be taken against any religious guru who is teaching to kill the animals to satisfy the God. What do you know about the God? Do you think the God of Islam? Do you think the God of Hindus? Do you think the God of Christians and Buddhists are the different one? If you think in this negative way, it means you do not know anything about the God. You do not know anything about the supremehood of the Lord. Lord has created this world, this universe, for everyone. Lord has created this flora, fauna, animals, humans, big and small animals, atoms and molecules. Each and everything has got its existential and utility value. Nothing is valueless in this world. Everything has got its own value. But do you respect the value of the animals? Do you respect the values of plants? Do you respect the existence of this beautiful nature created by the God? Do you? Have you ever heard the word of Lord? Have you ever tried to know the regulation and rules of the nature? No. Your greed, your lust has shut down the door of your conscience. Shut down the door of your power of discrimination. Unbarred destruction of nature, destruction of the hills, hillocks, unbarred exploitation of minerals, mines, resources of the river, resources of the ocean, human resources, all are being exploited vehemently. After destroying everything, we say, what is our fault? When a person doesn't have a little sense to understand that every life is valuable in this world, if you feel that your life is very precious, is the valuable one, then what do you think? Other doesn't have the values. This is the stupidity. This is the insensitivity of human, that they don't think, they don't want to think. Even they think, they don't want to realize the reality of the earth. Even if they realize, they don't want to act accordingly. Whatever happening in this world, it is because of two defective philosophy of life. One is capitalistic way of looking the world, capitalistic vision, materialistic vision, and religious vision. Capitalism makes a person beggar, and communism makes that beggar an animal. Capitalism infuses God-fearing psychology, and materialism, the communism and the Marxism, preaching that lifestyle of autocracy. No fear in their life, no discipline in their life. It means religion, capitalism, Marxism. These three philosophies have created all nuisance and trouble in this universe. And whatever we face now, it is because of that. When you kill an animal, what do you think? Does they surrender their life to you so that you can kill and slit their throat at any time? Who has given the government a right to give license to open a slaughterhouse? What right a government, a minister have to give license, open a slaughterhouse? What right? Who has given them approval? If your life is so important, so valuable, then why not others? Philosophy of capitalism is such a demonic force, such a monstrous force, which is sucking the blood of human being, destroying the culture, preaching the nudity, preaching the porns, preaching the philosophy of abstinence lifestyle. These all are the consequences of our deeds, what we did. Can you imagine? 320 people, only 324 people of this world is controlling 80% resources of this entire world. 80% resources of the world is being consumed and controlled by only 324 people, a handful of people. 20% resources are being used by 8 billion people. These 320 people, or more than 324 people, they have a psychology to teach the people that population problem is a big problem. Their teaching is a population problem is a big problem, because they want to siege all the resources. They want to hoard all the resources in their hand. Then naturally others will become problem for them. It is the capitalism. Just to meet the greed, Amazon forest is being destroyed. Artificial wildfire, because of artificial man-made wildfire, burns thousands hectares of rainforest every year. It is your greed polluting the entire ecosystem and the ecology. It is your greed which is killing millions of animals unbarredly, unrestrictedly, with cruel intention. Do you think when an animal dies, what happens in their mind? What happens in their physiology? Try to understand. Anyone, any animals, they have pain, they have agony when they are being killed. They are innocent. They look at you as a human being, as a savior. But you, as a savior, become destroyer, killer, cruel killer. You kill an animal like anything. When you can't kill an animal, then you form a group of people, then kill that animal very vehemently. What the reaction? What happens in their physiology? There is a stress hormone secreted in their mind. Hormone of agony, hormone of stress. This all gathered in their flesh. You are eating that flesh. But you never think that what will be the result and the consequence. Forget not that whatever happening, your physical power is less powerful than the mental power. And mental power is less powerful than the power of soul, power of the spirit. It means the mind is stronger than the physic and soul is stronger than the mind. It means mental work, the thinking is more powerful than your body, your physical act. Because whatever you do, all good or bad, whatever you do, mind is the root cause of every action. So, the energy, the waves, when comes out after killing animals, the collective waves, collective crying of agony of thousands of billions of animals are resonating in this cosmology. Naturally, the universal, the waves, cosmic wave is polluted. Cosmic wave is resonated. Cosmic wave is puzzled by the negative wave of agony, anxiety and stress. Trahimam, Trahimam, protect us, save us, save us, save us, please save us. This is the cry of animals. You never pay heed to the pains and agony of that animal. You never. Still you think, what is the reason behind it? It is you human being who has created this earth, uncongenial atmosphere for the habitation of human being. When you create violences, when you create disturbance in the law and order of nature, nature has to come with her fullest power to teach you a great lessons. Nature sometimes comes as a tsunami. Nature comes as a tornado, cyclone. Nature comes as a different pandemics like corona. There are hundreds of a chronological story of viruses and pandemics and epidemics. But the main problem, when problem comes, people start to understand. People start to understand the real problem of the day. But after the incident take place, after the problem is over, you forget everything. Again, you start the same habits. You again start with the same speed. Again, nature is unbalanced or imbalanced, disturbed. Naturally, again you have to suffer. But this time, nature is not going to give you up so easily. Nature is giving you the time. I know this virus is not going to harm the earth and the universe. Nature is going to teach you the lesson. Nature is going to teach you the lesson. That's why you superpower, so-called superpower, so-called pseudo-intellectuals, pseudo-scientists, who is misusing their mental power to destroy the earth, to destroy the human being, to destroy the human race, to destroy the different nation. Why I am using the pseudo-intellectuals? You are the intellectuals. Why there is pornographs? Why there is destructive magazine? Why there is movies and films are filmized to teach a negative thing? Why the science is misutilizing the power and technology? It is because of the pseudo-intellectualities. It is because of the pseudo-scientists. It is because of the pseudo-powerful. What power you have? Why you are so much proud of your power? What power you have when you have a little headache, you lose everything? What power you have? Why do you forget the supreme power works through each and every molecule's flora, fauna, and human being? It is the supreme power which expresses through each and every expression of this world. You eat because of his power. You sleep because of his power. You think because of his power. You study because of his power. You are superior because of his power. You are inferior because of his power. Because he is everything. He is passing, he is expressing in each and every phenomenon of this world. No phenomenon, no existence is without his will and existence. He is everything. He is everything. But you, as a human being, he has created you as a human with a great intellectual power. You have such an intellectual power, you can create another world. If this earth is uncongenial for you, you can go to another planet. You have that capacity. But this capacity are being manipulated and misutilized just to meet the greed of your petty interest. What happens to you now? What happens to your higher education? What happens to your research? What happens to your industries? What happens to your atomic power, what happens to your fatal instrument weapon which you have produced to kill the human? What happened? Where is your power? You are nothing. You are nothing. You are nothing. That is proven by the virus corona. It is a blessing for the good people. And corona is the curse for the cruel and demonic mentality people. Why I say like that? Because those who are moralist, those who are virtuous people, those who are thinking good, those who are thinking positive, those who want to save the humanity, those who the universe, those who want to save this entire are good people. Those who want to meet their lust by the flesh of animals, those who want to be superpower by sucking the blood of downtrodden human people, it is curse for them. Mother Nature has given you everything for your survival. The animals, plants, flora and fauna, they all are co-partner. They are our partner. They are co-partner to live in this earth. But we don't accept them as a co-partner. We think that we are everything. Humans are everything. Humans are super powerful, and we are powerful just to kill the animals, kill the nature, destroy the nature. What a nonsense. What a narrow thinking. So, what I meant to say, this virus, corona, is given you opportunity to rectify yourself in individual life, as well as to rectify the collective life, to rectify the nature, rectify the ecosystem, rectify your world. You have to think, you want to move outward or inward. You have moved a lot toward outward. You have developed technology. No question in that. Science and technology has developed a lot. But if the power of science and technology in the hand of immoralist people, there will be total destruction. If the science and technology is guided and regulated and moved by the moralist people, then this earth will be the heaven. So now, it is locked down almost 162 countries. And this lockdown might have taught you a lesson to understand that the desire and the requirements are not the same. Your desire and requirements are completely different. Desires are infinite, but requirements are very little, very little. Don't make your requirements as a desire. Don't make your desire as your requirement. Your desire cannot be fulfilled by eating, sleeping. Your desire cannot be satisfied by this twinkle mental world. Your desire cannot be satisfied by matter, money, mind and matter. Matter cannot satisfy your mind. Cannot. Set in your mind, the matter cannot satisfy your desire. Matter can only fulfill your requirements. What is your requirements? Food to eat, clothes to wear, medicine to take treatment, house to live, and education for development of mind. Only the 5 requirements. Can you imagine? You think now hundreds money holders, big money holders, they have lot of money in their hand, but they don't want to know where to use and how to use. Their money is only paper money. Their money is in the deposit in the bank. In practicality, no value of money. You don't have food to eat. You have money in your bank, $1,000 millions in your bank, you have in your hand. But here, I don't want to say about the world, but I say, in India, millions of people are dying of starvation because of this lockdown. If you are a human being, why don't you think that your money should be utilized for the sake of humanity? What you will do with this money? Money cannot give you the heaven. Money cannot give you the pleasure. Money cannot satisfy your desire. It is your psychic disease, mental disease to collect or hoard more and more wealth. Physical wealth is very limited, but the psychic wealth is infinite. Why don't you try to dive into the deeper core of your mind and flourish the human glory? Establish the human glory. You are human. You have infinite power in you. If you want to change yourself, go inward. You see, lockdown has stopped the criminality, tax, robbery, rape, adulteration, everything stopped. Nothing is happening. Nature is okay. Nature is repairing herself. Nature got a chance to repair herself. If you are not in the room, you will pollute the earth. So nature don't want you to come out of your home. Be at home. Realize yourself. Introspect yourself. And I know no pandemic has power to eliminate human power is more powerful than any virus or bacteria. Obviously, certainly, human will find the way to fight this or eradicate the effect of virus. But what is next? What is next? What are you going to do? This pandemic it has created already a global economic crisis. And it is not only global economic crisis, it is an economic depression, which is more powerful depression than which happened in 1930. There will be great depression of the aspect of economy. The banks, industry will be collapsed. What will happen? How these 8 billion people of this earth will survive? How the leaders, how the intellectuals, Nobel Prize winner, economist, what is their vision? How they are going to tackle it? Science, let the doctor invent the vaccine to kill the virus. Let the intellectuals of the earth intellectual and the moralist of this universe, they think that how we are going to face the Great Depression of the 2020. This depression is going to kill thousands and millions of people of starvation. Millions people will die. To fight that, we need to plan right now at your home that what we can do, how we can resolve this economic crisis. No need to be panic. Don't be afraid, because we are the blessed son of that blissful entity supreme. He has given you the chance to think more for self-introspection. Ananda Marga mission, the philosophy of Ananda Marga, economic theory of Ananda Murthy ji, theory of microbiome, theory of biopsychology, theory of agriculture, introduced by Sri Sri Ananda Murthy ji, pro-founder of Ananda Marg, has got the solution. We have the proper solution. Prautistic economy is the solution, is the panacea to the world problem. Only the Prautistic economic system can resolve the problem which we are going to face in near future. Centralized economic power is only cause of destruction. Centralized economic power is the only cause of disparity in this world. It is the centralized economic power which has created economic crisis in this world. The burden, the population problem, these all are man-made crises. Population problem is not a big problem, but distribution of population and use of human resources is lacking. No resources is more powerful than the human resources. The earth is blessed with 8 billion population, but that 8 billion population should be properly utilized. Their physical, mental and spiritual power should be utilized in proper way. Their physical, mental and metaphysical power should be flourished. It should be developed in a proper way through the school, through the college and university. These physical, mental, spiritual, metaphysical, spiritual potential should be explored and should be utilized for the great interest of the humanity. Ananda Murthy ji has said that don't make a city, don't make castles, don't make a big multi-stories building. These all are cause of earthquake, imbalances of the earth. And you need a castles, you need a multi-stories building to give accommodation of population of cities only. Have you ever seen in the village, where is the population? The population from the village, they are gathered, centered in the cities only. And root cause of pandemics is the city, not the village. Overpopulated, polluted air, polluted environment creates this type of viruses. Still you want to make a cities and cities. What are you going to do with the city? If an earthquake comes with a speed of 9 Richter scale, what will happen? The cities will be ruined, crushed down like anything. The villagers will be saved. The villagers, the farmers who are trying their best to produce food articles for you, their body become dry, their body become black, and seeing their body you say, oh, they are low-grade people, oh, the smell comes out there. But have you ever seen these low-grade, so-called low-grade people are feeding you? giving everything for your requirements. Change your attitude, change your mind, change the mode of thinking. The village should be developed. Decentralized economic system should be introduced immediately in this earth. Only decentralized, balanced economic power, economic policy of progressive utilization theory introduced by Mr. P.R. Sarkar is the panacea. It is not the alternative. It is the panacea. It has got the capacity to resolve all the problem we are going to face. Theory of new humanism has taught us, given us a new vision to see the world. The entire world is ours. Entire earth is ours. Our place. The nature mother is our mother. Each and every flora, fauna, human being, all are partners. All are our own people. They all are our own being, whether animate or inanimate, all are from our own family. We cannot ignore anyone because of our ignorance. And because of our own interest, we cannot neglect the existence of others. What we need to do now to face this coming catastrophe, economic depression, keep in your mind, first, Dr. Hawkins, just before 1 year, he has mentioned that if you want to protect from destruction, then you need to make a universal society. Universal humanism. Universal humanism is the vision of Anandamurti Ji, which is expressed through the word of Dr. Hawkins. If you want to really protect the earth, then you have to immediately, the intellectuals, the moralists of this universe, immediately should think to form a universal society to protect animals from cruelty, the plants from destruction. It is not the double standard policy of human being that cutting a plant is a crime, but killing an animals are not a crime. If you kill a human being is a crime, but if you kill animals is not a crime. It's a double standard, dirty expression of a dirty feeling, a dirty mind. The values inculcates the human cardinal value says, human cardinal value says that the importance of animals and plants are equal. No one is superior in the vision of nature. Everything has got its own value. So, to protect the animal cruelty, to protect the rainforest and the forest, to protect unbarred exploitation of natural resources, to protect downtrodden human being from exploitation, to protect human being from adulteration, to protect human being from psycho-economic exploitation, to protect from human being from the capitalistic exploitation, to protect human being from the exploitation of communistic philosophy, God-centered philosophy. God-centered philosophy is the philosophy of Ananda Marga. Ananda Marga never believes, never recognizes the differences created by the religions. We accept all human being is the blessed son and daughter of the blessed Supreme Father. So religious boundary has to be crushed. Religious boundary has to be eradicated. Only the spirituality. Spirituality means to believe one Supreme. To accept the entire earth is our own. To accept the values and existence of everything of this earth. So immediately, this cruelty of animals, destruction of plants should be enshrined in a constitutional, means protection of animals, protection of forest, protection of natural resources should be enshrined by the constitutional. It should be universal constitutional power to protect the entire human being. Not only human, but the flora, fauna and of this universe. Immediately, research on microvita, new theory of science given by Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji, is a new dimension in the aspect of science. The scientist must think and ponder over this subject of microvita. If you delay to think or research in the sector of microvita, humanity will suffer a lot. It is the microbiome theory, it is the microvita which can protect the entire universe from the total destruction. No worry, forget not that Father can punish you, to rectify you, to correct you. The Father wants we all to be correctified or rectified or realize our fault. Realization of fault doesn't mean that you do it again, repeat it again. No, realize means rectification, subtraction of negativity, addition and multiplication of virtuous deeds is the only solution which Ananda Marga wants. Intellectuals of today must go through the philosophy of Anandamurti Ji, Ananda Marga. That is the only panacea, that is the only panacea that can only solve the problem.